Welcome, Duncan Jupp.
Good evening.
Great to speak to you. Yes, you've just been to Mexico. Like I was saying, my memories is great food, people, the weather, and iguanas absolutely everywhere, lazing around the hotel. Hopefully you didn't tread on any.
No, kept clear of it all. But there's a fantastic wildlife over there, and so much to see. So much to
Beautiful
see.
Beautiful place.
Yes.
So you've made it into our best all-time 11. We've been debating our Southend all-time 11 during our time, which is 35 years. Now, obviously, some of the listeners will probably be talking about people like Poutney, Best, but that was before our time. We can only go on our time. But there's been some incredible players during that, in that 35 years. And we looked at the right back position. Now, you've beaten, here are the players you've beaten: Simon Francis, Dean Austin, and Jason Demetriou. So, not a bad selection to get past.
They're very, very, very good players. They are, honestly, and I'm flattered. I really am for this. Look, I think it's just subjective, but it's had some great times there. Had some great times.
So for Southend, 100 appearances and 1 goal. We will talk about that in a moment. Also, Scotland under 21, nine appearances. And you also spent 6 years at Wimbledon, aka the Crazy Gang. Now, there's some real characters during your time there. How was that? Tell us about it.
Look, it was an amazing time. I had some ambition. I was at Fulham as a youngster and played some number of games for Fulham, and I wanted to play in the Premier League. And my contract was up, and Wimbledon were keen. And I thought I'd give it a go. And when I arrived, Vinnie Jones was the captain. He made us feel very welcome. He's look. I mean, everyone has an opinion, but he was a really good captain. He's really good to us, and I managed to achieve probably what I set out to do, was to kind of go and play against all the top teams, the top grounds, and the top players. And it was tough at times. I wish I probably could have played more, but I think I went into a zone. The quality of players, I think. We were full of internationals. We had the Welsh captain, the Irish captain, Northern Ireland captain. We had players that were just kind of making big money moves. Kenny Cunningham, who was in front of us, who was a brilliant player. But I got my chances, and I did my job, and like I said, I achieved what I set out to do, and that was to play that top league.
So I had a look. You had, I think, in your time as well, Ben Thatcher, Jason Ewell. He was a good player.
Very good.
Robbie Earle, was he there?
Yeah, Robbie was just. I mean, if Robbie was playing today, he'd be worth absolute fortunes. He really would,
really
because his game sense was just incredible. Got goals, won tackles, a real leader, mentally strong, and I'm sure a club would have pulled the stats together and said, we need to get him in our team.
Just Duncan, quickly, if you don't mind. Just obviously you mentioned that your time was with Vinnie Jones was your captain, and obviously he's known as a bit of a hard man back in the day. Did you ever see a softer side of him behind the scenes? Does he have a soft side?
No, I think he cared an awful lot. He had his standards. I always remember when I made my debut away to Everton, and I was taking my shirt off, and Sid, the kit man, was racing around to collect all the kit. And I remember Jonah was just saying, "No, Sid, that's his shirt. Juppy, you keep it, take it home." And Sid was very adamant, "No, I need the kit back." And he told Sid where to go and told me to frame it and get it on my wall, and so I did.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah,
brilliant.
Oh, excellent!
But
excellent.
No, he was just kind of he had a very good career. And
he
had his moments, but he wanted to play football. He wanted to kind of compete, and he had his style. Probably wouldn't get away with it in today's modern game, but he was still competed. He would have still found the boundaries, and he would have
he would have done.
Gone either side. And to be fair, we followed, and he wanted to fair play.
Like I say, you follow those standards, don't you?
Now, are there, Charlie, in the game like that?
No, like your Roy Keanes, and I was saying back in the Derby days, your Vieiras and Keanes, and you watch it now, and half those challenges are pulled up, and VAR's looking at it, and just takes the fun out of it, doesn't it? Really, but
Good old
it's
days.
the way
I mean,
football's gone, isn't it?
I mean, for safety wise, I can see why.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
there's, I mean, it's still you still get injuries now, but I mean, some of the injuries back
Mm.
then they were probably unnecessary, and
Yeah.
so the rules
Yeah,
have
you
kind
could have
of
been avoided. Yeah.
so the rules are kind of coming into now to kind of make it safe and just try and be
Hmm.
respectful. But I think it was just they were great times. It was a great time to play. It really was.
Yeah.
So we obviously we can't go into the players at the moment, but one of the players we debated when we talked about centre backs was a guy that had a bit of time with us, Leon Court. Now his
Yeah,
brother Carl Court, he played with you, I think, in that time, didn't he?
yeah, that's
I think he
right.
must have been quite young then.
Quarter, yeah. So I was there. So I went in '96, and Cole was just coming through the youth team, but had him and Jason Yule. I remember kind of them coming through, and they both got into England 21s. And I remember Cole scoring about 6 or 7 goals in about 6 or 7 appearances. And then
Yeah,
he had a season with us.
that's right.
He burst onto the scene, boom, boom. And he just took his chances and just made good decisions, finished well. And then his strength, and then he come back in the 99 2000 season. And I think he scored like 15 or 16 goals in that season from right wing. And honestly, he was really, really effective.
Yeah, good player.
And he was, and obviously he made the move to Newcastle. And I know he picked up a few injuries. I think if he looks back, he probably hoped he had a bit more luck with regards to injuries. But he was, for us at Wimbledon, he was a brilliant player.
So you joined us in 2003 from Luton, I believe. Who was the boss at that time? Because I think there was a bit of a switch over. Obviously, you spent most of your career at Southend with Steve Tilson as boss, but was Dave Webb still there, or had he just moved on?
No, it was so I was out of contract at Wimbledon, and then I did a couple of loan spells at Notts County and Luton just to try and get some games.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I had some really bad injuries, and so it was just trying to get back out there and establish. I just wanted to play on a Saturday afternoon, to be honest. I think it got to the point where
Yeah.
I tried to go to Wimbledon. It was there. I'd kind of just broken through, and then I had some really bad wear and tear injuries, and it just took me out of the game. And when I tried to come back, the momentum was not there, and so I tried to establish some form and some Saturday game time. And then Southend went for a trial end of April. Wignall was the manager. I think he was just about to take
Right.
over.
Yeah.
And so he just said, "Look, come back for pre-season and see how you go. And would you want to play?" And like I said, I just wanted to play as many games as I could on a Saturday because that's what you want to do. You kind of as much as midweek or reserves, and just kind of. I said, "You got to play in front of fans, and you want to do a team job."
Yeah.
And Southend came along, and I thought, you know what, give it a go. So we did pre-season. I remember joining. There was a lot of free transfers, a lot of players with a lot of stories, and we all came together. We all had a little bit of history, and the season didn't start off great. I think we struggled for results. We were languishing down at the bottom. I think we just had a run. I think I was having a flashback this morning. I think we missed like 5 or 6 penalties on the trot through different games. Everyone
Things
had a go.
haven't changed, have they,
No,
Charlie?
okay, well, there you go. Yeah. But I remember all of us, we were going through, well, why don't I try? Oh, go on, I have a go. To the point, I think Jay Smith actually took one of the last ones, and he took it, and the keeper saved it. And instead of going for the rebound, he just put his hands in his head in his hands. Just I can't believe I've missed as well. We're going, I keep rebounding, but it's no. And then
just like no.
and then Dave Webb came in for a couple of matches, and then it was just kind of, I think Tilson was part of the youth setup there at the time, and I think it was just kind of, he was given the reins for a couple of matches, and I think we just managed to get a result, then another one, and then we were one about team. We just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. We created loads of chances. We had people like Mark Gower, who was an unbelievable player.
One player, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, he's the best. Honestly, I say this, he was the best player I've ever played alongside. He was just, his game sense is just a way to pass, and he just brought everyone into play. And so what happened is everyone ran for him, and you had people like Kevin May in the midfield who just went, okay, fine, look, well, I'll be part of this, and everything went through Kev. Can we get out to Mark? Mark did a little bit of magic. We all ran around and we created chances, and we had some good defenders. Spencer Pryor came back in, Adam Barrett, Shea Wilson, obviously Flavs, who was just an immense goalkeeper.
Incredible.
And then obviously Freddie came along. Remember him after the first couple of training sessions, and we just went, okay. And then he got given a start on a Saturday against Swansea, and we all knew what happened in that one. He scored after 7.5 seconds. And it was it was just like the last bit of the jigsaw, really. We just went, right, okay, someone loves scoring here. And so we just had some energy, and we just worked each other's game out. And we knew all our strengths and weaknesses, and we just became effective playing on a Saturday afternoon, and we loved it. We absolutely loved it.
Charlie, did you want to say something?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, you were saying obviously Eastwood was sort of the missing piece of the puzzle, wasn't he? And, I suppose as a player where you've got that creative outlet, it gives you that sort of freedom, doesn't it? I suppose, as you say, everybody knows their place in the team, and then, you were struggling with goals at the time, and then obviously Freddie's then come in, he's that missing piece, and everything's just clicked, and, it's no surprise, the season went on to have, and, how successful a career, like many of you have had, Gal went on to have a very good career. Freddie obviously done extremely well, so I mean, how was that when Freddie first come in? Like, did you see obviously when he come into those training sessions, like there's a real, player in this kid here?
I think we just knew he had something about him, and I think we went. I know he played. We went back to. We had to go back for a function. I remember we had to go back to a function for Roots Hall, and we thought, we'd watch the first 20 minutes. It was just like a little bit of a reserve game, and Freddie was out there, and I think he scored. Like a couple in that first 20 minutes, and we've just gone, wow. Okay, it's just, and I'm thinking, well, everyone was kind of thinking, do you reckon he's going to start on Saturday? And you're thinking, well, why not? I think it's just give it a go. And I just remember Trundle, we were all worried about Trundle.
He was a player.
Of course,
at that time, and working it. And then Freddie just and then obviously we had Wayne Gray up front as well. We just had players, it was just a real good balance. We had Wayne Gray, who was fast, direct. Freddie would pick up spaces. Mark Gower there's always two players on him, and so he had the intelligence to go, well, if I got two on me, I'll pass it to someone else because they're going to be spare.
There's a gap. Of course,
And then you just had Adam Barrett, who just loved scoring, intercepting, getting headers. And it was just, I said it, great memories, and there was a lot of other players there. Okay, Mark Bentley. Okay, just kind of Cole Pettifar. Just great acquisitions to the team. And then we just added, as the season came, we got Lee Bradbury come in and Sean Gota. It was just that little bit of quality that came in. That got us through certain moments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you reached 2 FA Trophy finals, obviously lost to both Blackpool and Wrexham. I'm sure they were great occasions as well. But did those defeats kind of spur you on into that 2005 playoff final?
Yeah, it did. I think. I know it did. It certainly did me. It was... I remember the 2003-2004 season, that run to the final. I think we took on Colchester. Did we take on Colchester in the semis? Or was that the last one? I think it's or Bristol Rovers. I think it was getting through, and it was just kept us going. And but it was, they scored early, Blackpool, the first event, and just the occasion. I think it blew our brains a bit, but the following year we had good momentum again, and then obviously we were doing really well in the league, and then obviously we lost in the extra time. and that just derailed us a bit. And so we lost, didn't we? We lost momentum the last couple of games, slipped into the playoffs. And so instead of kind of treating it like a big final again, we just treated it like a normal away game. Shoved the tracksuits on, stayed at the local Holiday Inn. Okay, went to the final. Yeah, just keep it as normal as we can. And fair play to the management, Tilson and Brush. They just went, just treat it as a normal game. Because if you're on song, you stick at it. And I think that day was just don't get beat. Don't get beat. Don't get beat. Come on, Freddie. What have you got? What have you got, Freddie? And just kind of, And I think it just... Then Lincoln, we knew that we'd been in that position. Your energy your legs just go. You're 1-0 down and you're thinking, where do you get the strength from? Where do you get the strength from? And of course that's where we just went, we're not going to lose for the third time. No way.
Yeah.
And the fans have been fantastic for 2 seasons, 3 seasons. Okay, travelling all that way, I think we did have a responsibility. So we can't let you down, really. We can't let you down. And we managed to get through, and then amazing. And then the following season's probably the best time I had in a football field in terms of winning that league, and made it hard. It took it to the last minute, and I think this is why kind of it's such fond memories. Where it was kind of wow, how close can you get? And then obviously Colchester down the road of trying to could they pip us, and we've never heard the end of it if they did. Because we were looking clear favourites to do it, and then obviously there were some really good teams around there, and then obviously we had a tough run-in. We had Barnsley away, Swansea away, and then Bristol City at home. They're big clubs, and we were up against it. But we just played to our strengths, and what a brilliant time! What a brilliant time!
So we mentioned 100 appearances. And obviously the 1 goal. Now, Duncan, if you're going to score 1 goal for Southend, what a time to do it. Player final, the winner. Did you not fancy a knee slide or a backflip or anything?
No. It just I don't have the flexibility to do that, and my ankles don't have the flexibility to do
Leave that to Freddie.
No, I do watch.
How did that feel?
Look, it's just it's surreal. I think it was just. Like I said, we when you go 1-0 up in those situations, you do have the energy. And I think it got to the point where they were throwing everyone up. They were a big direct side. They had their strengths, and so it just got to it. We cleared it, and we knew going up to Freddie. You knew he'd take a gamble to try and get it past someone. And I just thought, you know what? I can make a run now, but if Freddie loses it, I'll probably try and get back in again. And he skipped by, and then it was just kind of, okay, keep going. And then it was just kind of, okay, Fred, I'll do the diversion for you. And you just make sure you score, and I'll jump on your back for the celebration and, try and get in there for some photos. So as I'm running down, he's kind of passed it to me, and I've gone, right, okay. So
what do I do now?
Exactly. So I went, okay. Here we go. I'm going to hit it as hard as I possibly can, and then it was just kind of a freeze moment. Really, I want no other touch because the embarrassment of hitting Rose Z here in the Millennium Stadium is a big miss. So I've had a touch, and then it's just kind of one of those. Okay, just try and give it a little bit of a disguise. I had that kind of in my game. It was kind of just I could get to the right, but then just last hook it to the left. And I just did that, and the keeper kind of committed a bit early, and it rolled in. And so you're kind of, right, okay, what's happening now? And straight away I'm thinking, is it offside?
What do I do?
Offside? It's not real. And so,
like, Freddie, how'd you celebrate?
Exactly. So I think it's just kind of, you score often. And the first thing I want to do is just be with my teammates. And I mean that. And so I've just sprinted back. I've got Cole Pettiford just can't believe it. I've got Mark Benton next to me, laughing his head off, giving it.
What are you doing up there?
And they've all piled on top of us. I've then got to do the bits, and then it was just kind of yeah. And I went, oh, what's going on here? And yeah, and I think it's just, and then it's just kind of okay. Well, we got to see out the next 5 or 6 minutes here, and it just kind of, and I think that's what I loved really. In terms of just love doing my job.